A very good morning, it's Fabio and welcome back to another daily market update where I discuss EURUSD, gold and the other major dollar pairs as well. Before we start, if you want to receive fundamental updates on all of these pairs, make sure to join the Discord server, link in the description of this video. We are also going live for the New York session today once again, so I will be dropping a link to this live stream here on the comment section of this video. So without further ado, EURUSD has been pushing up higher yesterday as pretty much anticipated. Remember what we mentioned yesterday was that we had liquidity brewing on both sides of the spectrum. We had the descending highs and we had ascending lows. So what I was waiting for was for the highs to get taken out before looking for any potential shorts, or for the lows to get taken out before any potential longs. Now that we've started to take out the highs, I'll be more interested in shorts very soon. Preferably, we would still take out this high over here before getting any high conviction plays in towards the downside. So for myself, still interested in maybe some more upside for today. For now, this overall sell before the buy is currently in control and should push the market up higher. But myself, I'm mainly focusing on this swing high over here. Let's see if we can grab some liquidity above it, maybe see somewhat of a change of character, and then look for some potential further shorts once again. Going into the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the 4-hour is still very consolidative. Overall, it is very clear. Yes, we have a sell before the buy here acting as an area of demand, and which is pushing the market currently up higher. However, this for myself is not a very strong area of demand, as we still have a lot of ascending lows open over here, which I preferably would have wanted to see get taken out before really looking for any longs. Therefore, I'm not interested in longs at the moment, as in addition to that, the daily fractal structure is bearish as well. So starting here on the monthly time frame, we can first of all see that we've tapped into a monthly imbalance candle. So this is a monthly imbalance candle over here, and we had the descending highs over here as well. We tap into that monthly imbalance, we go down into the daily time frame, and what you see on the daily time frame is obviously an overextended move in towards the highs. So a massive rally in towards the highs. We tap into that monthly area of supply, and then what we get is the daily bearish change of character. So that change of character is over here, the low break, and then what we get is that this is your area of supply. We retrace now into supply, and we can now keep an eye open for potential shorts from, let's say, around the 0.5 fib. So keeping my eyes open for that potential for the downside, and you can see that the 0.5 fib also beautifully aligns with that 1-hour liquidity high, which I mentioned over here. So keeping an eye open to see what will happen around there. For now, nothing really interesting. We're still stuck within this overall area of consolidation. So let's wait for kind of like a real fake out on the highs and then see some bearish momentum return in towards the market. So that's what I have for EURUSD at the moment. Some further upside before any potential shorts at all to then take out those ascending lows. Going into the dollar index, we can see that the dollar index has started to retrace down lower. We have started the week bearish for now. Looking here at the weekly time frame, still not much has changed. For now, this area of imbalance is still in control and pushing the market down lower. But obviously, after faking out on the accumulation lows, so underneath the area of consolidation, for me, it makes sense to start seeing a pullback. Now, how fast that pullback is going to happen, I'm uncertain. But all I can say here is that the daily time frame gave us a bullish change of character, meaning, again, we get a push down, we get a pullback, we get a push down, we get a push up, which is here the break. This becomes your current fractal low. This is your fractal high, and now here the dollar index has retraced into where? Into the 0.5 fib. So there is potential now for some further upside. You could consider this here a liquidity low, so the highest probability longs on the dollar will come after taking out that low and then looking for that further upside. So got my eyes on that for now. Let's see if that happens. And if that happens, that would be pretty nice to then look for some potential further buys. So keeping an eye open for that. But we would need to see some bullish momentum kick in after taking out that low. So let's say we see something like this. This becomes the fractal high. Then we would need to see this boom. Then you have an area of demand created, and then you could look for long. So don't think, okay, we come underneath the low, boom, we start buying. No, we need to wait for the bullish confirmation in the form of the change of character, and then we can start looking for a long, because otherwise we could just keep on chopping down lower, and then you never really want to get involved. Going into AUDUSD, we can see that AUDUSD here has pushed up higher once again. This is the exact reason reason why I was not interested in getting involved with any shorts, despite the overextended move that we had in towards the highs. Obviously, everybody's looking for a short position, but as I mentioned in yesterday's video, here we have no clear areas of supply. Yes, we took out these descending highs, but still it is very risky then to just start selling over here. So again, that's the reason why I'm staying out of AU for now. Also because of the consolidative nature that we have here on the 4-hour time frame, we can very clearly see that the market is just moving in a very consolidative manner. No real clear directional bias, and this obviously also has to do with the situation between China and the United States. There's still no trade deal established. China is saying we have not spoken to the United States and to Trump's delegation, and Trump on the other hand saying that there's conversations ongoing. So again, a lot of uncertainty causing the dollar still not to really gain a lot of strength, and therefore the Australian dollar has gained some strength because people are starting to assume as well that China is in somewhat of a power position against the United States and has a better seat, or that China is in the driving seat, let me put it that way, and that obviously also has a positive effect on the Australian dollar as well. But overall, AUDUSD, if I'm just very honest, guys, like it's not a pair that I'm trading at the moment just because of the consolidative nature. You can see here on the 1-hour time frame, it is really stuck. We've now taken out all of these highs. So now you could potentially, look for some further downside, but I'll only really look for those short positions once the dollar index has taken out that swing low. Maybe then I'll start risking somewhat of an AUDUSD short-term short position, okay? But for the rest, just very consolidative. Going into GBPUSD, that was a nice long position, guys. As we can see, what have we done? We pushed up higher as expected. Why? Because the overall momentum, first of all, was bullish. That is one, right? We can see clear bullish momentum in towards the highs. Then what we saw second of all was that the fractal structure was bullish as well yesterday. Remember, this was here the fractal low, this was the fractal high. We were traced into the imbalance, and as I said, GBPUSD longs made sense. So that pushed up higher. Looking at the 4-hour time frame as well, some nice price action overall. We can see here that this imbalance candle push, or the sell before the buy, pushed the market up higher eventually. And now what has happened to GBPUSD is that here on the weekly time frame, it has taken out this liquidity high. So what you could now look for after taking out this high here is for a potential retracement back in towards the downside. So keep an eye now on the 4-hour time frame to see if we get any bearish momentum. Preferably, we would start forming somewhat of a corrective pattern where we get one more push down, one more push up, and then we start looking for the shorts once supply is created. So that for me would be the ideal setup. Could you already get into a short position? You could. However, it is not for me a play that is very high probability, as there's no confirmation on the dollar as well. So if there was confirmation on the dollar index, then I would say, okay, let's risk somewhat of a sell position. But for now, I would wait really to see somewhat of bearish confirmation, because there is just simply no bearish confirmation. The daily fractal is still bullish. The 4-hour fractal is still bullish. So there's just no bearish confirmation at all for any potential short positions, okay? It's still very bullish. Going into NZDUSD, we can see that NZDUSD is very similar, however, a little bit slower. Overall daily fractal structure is still bullish as well, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. Current fractal low is still here, current fractal high is still here. We're still inside demand, but you can see here on the daily time frame, since the 18th of April, 21st of April, it's been stuck within this range. It is not moving anywhere, to be honest, really. All I can say is that we have open highs still over here, so we have descending highs which should get taken out, and we have swept liquidity over here. Remember what I mentioned yesterday as well. Again, I'm referring to yesterday's video a lot, but here we had kind of like the equal lows. We swept the equal lows, and as I said, like, you don't want to be in any short positions unless you really see some commitment in towards the downside, because now this is just a liquidity sweep. You form an area of demand over here, and that's now pushing the market up higher to potentially take out these descending highs. For myself, this is not a long that I'm really interested in taking, but I do find it very interesting to take out these highs. So maybe if we break the fractal high again, I would look for like a short-term long position. Yeah, that definitely has some potential. So yeah, that is that for NZDUSD. I would prefer for us to take out those descending highs before any potential shorts at all. And that would be in line with obviously that short-term dollar downside that is still definitely possible. And then we have, of course, dollar yen. Dollar yen sold off yesterday with a lot of yen strength coming into the markets. Overall, I would not really want to be in dollar yen anymore, as we've made a new bearish daily fractal break. So now you kind of have like this daily area of supply here that is now in control. For myself, not very interesting to be in dollar yen anymore. So personally, I would be out. Yeah, that's all I can really say. yeah, maybe wait for it to take out this liquidity low again before getting involved. I'm not saying that it's not going to go up, but for myself, just based on a fractal structure, it's not valid to be in this setup anymore, as the daily bearish is, or as the daily fractal is now bearish. So it makes more sense for it to push down lower from a mechanical perspective. And looking at gold, we can see that gold has also been consolidating, still waiting, to be very honest, for further downside before getting really involved with any longs. I understand some of you might see this as a nice sub for the buyers, a nice area of demand. Could be. Personally, I don't like these equal lows over here. So for me, gold is only valid once we take out those lows and then get that bullish confirmation within our areas of demand. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for today. Yeah, I'm gonna see you guys on the live stream this afternoon at 2:30 Central Eastern Time. So make sure to be there. Yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and have an amazing trading day. Thanks, guys.